On the dividend news, guys, we do have quite a couple companies that did actually announce dividend raises for this week. So I'll be trying to go rapid fire through them. I only did 16. There was way more, but otherwise this would be a very long video. But we'll go ahead and just start off with the bad one, which was Union Pacific actually kept its dividend of $1.30 quarterly. They actually did not raise their dividends. It's been about 8 quarters now. But on the good side, we got PepsiCo, which hiked its dividend by 7.1%. We also have Walt Disney, which hiked its dividend by 50% to 45 cents. I believe this is semi-annual. There was a mistake here. And we also have Tractor Supply Company, which hiked its dividend by 7% to $1.10 quarterly. The other one we do have is Yum China, hiked its dividend by 23.1%. Simon Property Group also hiked its dividend by 2.6% to $1.95 for the first quarter of 2024. And the Dividend King 3M hiked its dividend by 0.7% to $1.51 quarterly. This marks 66 consecutive years of increased dividends from 3M. We also have Occidental Petroleum, which hiked its dividend by 22.2%. Train Technology hiked its dividend by 12%. ITT Inc. hiked its dividend by 10%. And Prudential Financial hiked its dividend by 4%. This marks 16 years of dividend growth. We also have Monolithic Power System, which hiked its dividend by 25%. Very impressive hike there. And we also have CBL Properties, which hiked its dividend by 6.7%. And the third to last one we have here, guys, is Allergen PLC, which hiked its dividend by 7%. And the second to last one we have here is Intercontinental Exchange, hiked its dividend by 7.1%. And the last one finally, guys, is PRI, hiked its dividend by 15.4% to 75 cents quarterly. What's up, everybody? This is Antonio here bringing you episode 225 of the portfolio update. So you guys already know it's Sunday. It's time to go over the portfolio, what we bought, what we sold, what dividends came in, what options we placed, which ones we had to manage, and in general, how much we grew the dividend snowball. Because you guys already know that every single Sunday we come back, we kick off these scripts we continue to see this dividend snowball continue to get larger and larger. Right now, our portfolio is projected to make $993.08 in passive income. I've been working hard converting all of my active income into passive income, and we're getting very close to $1,000 a month. That's going to be such a huge milestone for me. I'll be definitely excited to see that go. By the end of the video, we should see this way higher. Hopefully it's $1,000, but I don't think it'll be this week. It'll be very close though in the next coming month or so when we'll achieve it. But anyways, guys, you guys can kind of see annual dividends. Finally, we have the amount of dividends in for the month of January. So right now, 2024 so far, we're at $784.25 in annual dividends what we've collected. And then if we look at the quarterly here, you'll see Q1 of 2024, $784.25. We're going to try to surpass Q4 of 2023. So we still have 2 more months and we'll see where that ends up playing out. If we do look at the options premium here, guys, February, $1,131.01 in premium we've only collected from our portfolio, which right here, if we look here at the options return on my money invested, we're at 1.82%, which is such a great return so far right now. We'll see where that ends up by the end of the year. We still have all the way till December for that. But if we do look here, guys, on my goals, we try to stay focused, guys. We have 2024 goals. First one is to reach 20,000 subscribers. We'll try to achieve this one this year. So if you're new to the channel or a returning viewer that hasn't subscribed, consider subscribing with that bell notification. As well, if you guys wouldn't mind, drop a big thumbs up right now while you guys are watching. It definitely helps out the channel. I definitely appreciate it, and it costs you nothing. But right here, guys, goal number 2 is to reach $425 per month on average quarterlies, making in passive income. Of course, I'm getting close to the $1,000 mark, but in reality, a lot of that money is invested in SNSXX, which is a US Treasury, earning us about a 5% return. So right now I'm selling cash secured puts on certain stocks that I wouldn't mind getting assigned shares of. So once I do get assigned those shares, I do have to cover that position, which would bring my dividend yield way lower. So I'm trying to be realistic here. I would like to kind of stay consistent at $425 per month. And then goal number 3, guys, is to reach $126,000 invested in my own money. As you'll see here, we're at $120,201.84 this week. We have about $6,000 more to go. We're slowly, chipping away at it, and we'll get to it by the end of the year. Goal number 4, guys, is to dollar cost average $100 into the portfolio, no matter what the portfolio is doing, what the market's doing, if it's up, down, sideways, whatever the case is. We are going to continue to dollar cost average for the long term. I'm only putting money into this portfolio that I hopefully will not touch from 10 to 15 to 20 years potentially, and so that's what I plan to do there. So those $100 are going to compound very nicely from 10-20 years from now. And then goal number 5, guys, is to drip an additional $25 every time a company is going ex-dividend date. This is just a way to keep myself disciplined and allow myself to force to invest a little bit more of my money that I would potentially waste or spend on something else. And I actually had to put some more money this week for that because a couple companies did go ex-dividend dates. And then goal number 6 here, guys, is to try to get about $100 per month selling options, I guess collecting premium. We're definitely way surpast that, but we still have all the way till December to see where it averages out, because we could potentially not be collecting anything in the later months of the year, so that would average down. But anyways, last goal here is to reach 1,000 shares of SCHD. We're slowly chugging away at it, and I think we'll eventually get to it. We have some plans on how to execute on that, and if we do get assigned with those cash secure puts, we'll eventually own 1,000 shares of SCHD. If I do show you guys here the options, you'll see that so far we're at $2,186.76 for all the way till this week of 2024. So I'm definitely pretty happy with this return so far. On the dividend payout, we do have a couple companies that actually go. I actually kicked off the script off camera because the past 2 Sundays it wasn't running at that time. We'll kick it off later and see if it still works. But anyways, Apple did go ex-dividend on the 9th of February. And we also had, I believe, Starbucks and Visa that were going ex-dividend date. We do have Microsoft going ex-dividend date on the 14th, so on Valentine's they will be going ex-dividend date. So I need to deposit $25 for Microsoft this week and buy some $25 worth of Microsoft, and they will be paying out. So we'll be getting Apple, Costco dividend payments potentially. I believe it's this week actually that will get paid out for those, and that'll be very, very nice. But anyways, guys, let's go ahead and get started with the video. Alright guys, so as you guys can see here, we are at $232,069.77. On the day change, we are actually in the red by $51.32, which is about 0.02%. On the 2-year change, we're up by $43,959.53, which is about a 23.37%. If we do look at the positions here, we can kind of see a little bit more. So on the gains, we are up by $20,885.87, which is about a 9.97%. And then our cash balance here is at $1,668.58. A lot of this is from all that premium we've been collecting from these cash secured puts. They're technically naked puts because I don't have the collateral right now. It's all invested in the US Treasury, but of course it's technically a cash secured put because we would just sell out of that and cover the positions that we would get assigned. But we do have all these positions here so far, guys. On SCHD, we do have about 663 shares now. Remember, we gotta try to get it to 1,000 shares by the end of the year, so we'll see where we're at with that. It's currently trading about $76.79 is what SCHD is. We do have one cash secured put on SCHD. So what this means is that I'm selling a cash secured put. It's at a strike price of $76. It's going to expire on the 16th of February 2024, so that is this coming Friday. So if SCHD closes below $76 on the 16th, I will have to purchase 100 shares because I'm selling one contract. One contract controls 100 shares, so I would have to buy 100 shares of SCHD at $76, which for me it is a win-win there. Plus as well, for me to take that risk, I get I guess I collected $41.34 in premium, which is what they paid me. and I get to keep that either way. So if I do get assigned 100 shares of SCHD, I get to keep the $41.34, and now I accumulated 100 shares of SCHD. If SCHD closes above $76, then I don't get assigned the 100 shares, but I do get to keep still the $41. So it's a way to create a little bit more of extra income with your money or shares there. So we'll see if we do get assigned or not. We're about 79 cents away from that, and we'll see what happens. It's a whole week away. And then we do have SNSXX, which is that US Treasury money investor. We have about $105,000, earning us about a 5% return annually. So I definitely cannot complain about that. This is what I have right now available whilst I sell cash secured puts on Microsoft, Apple, and so on, and SCHD. I will be selling out of this to cover those positions if we do end up actually getting a pullback. But yeah, if we do show you guys here on the performance, we're up by $29,993.58 right here, which is about a 14.95%. And then guys, if we look at the investment income, this is projected to make about $8,928.91 in the next 12 months. And then that's averaging about $744.08, which for March, we're about $1,049.67. On April, $666.14. And then for May, $516.39. And then if we do look at the history, you'll see that I do have it here starting from the 4th of February all the way till the 11th to see what we ended up doing this past week. So on the 5th of February, we did do a sell to open. So we sold a Microsoft cash secured put with a strike price of $402.50 that will expire on the 9th of February, which was this past week. And we collected $1.35. Remember, that's we sold one contract, so that's 100 shares. So you multiply this times 100. So in total, it was $135. You know, obviously you subtract the fees there. So we made $134.34 in premium. So as long as Microsoft closed below this price, or I guess above this price, we would have just kept the premium. If it was below it, we would get assigned 100 shares. Plus, we get to keep the premium still. We also had on the 5th, we did sell a sell to open on Apple as well on the 9th of February. Strike price $182.50. They paid us about 90 cents per contract. We sold 2 of these, so total after fees, $178.67 what we collected in premium. And then guys, I ended up depositing $100 because remember, we have to dollar cost average into the portfolio. That is one of our goals, and we gotta try to keep you know, disciplined with that. On the 8th, I ended up buying $25 worth of Apple because they were going ex-dividend date on the 8th as well. I ended up buying Visa, which was $25 as well, which they were going ex-dividend date, and Starbucks as well. They were going ex-dividend date, and bought $25 there. So that's why I deposited $75 here on the 9th or 8th. And you'll see that on the 9th, I ended up doing a buy on SCHD. I bought 3 shares of SCHD, spending about $229.68 at a price of $76.56. We could potentially get assigned 100 shares this week, depending if SCHD is below $76 by Friday. We'll see what happens there. But let's go ahead and see how much we collected in dividends this week. And guys, we made $0 this week in passive income. That's okay. Some weeks we won't make anything, but when we do get paid out, we'll collect some juicy payments there for doing absolutely nothing. Let's go ahead and jump over to the Google Sheets, guys, so we can kind of see how much we grew the dividend snowball from all these purchases this week. So I'll see you guys over there. All right, guys. So as you'll see here, I am at the dashboard. I already have a copy of this stuff over here, so we can kind of see the difference on how much we grew the dividend snowball. But again, on the options premium, we are right now for February $1,131.01. Rate of return so far is really good, 1.82%. If I show you the options here, you'll see that so far these 2 weeks in February, this is how much we've collected. $818 last, I guess, the first week, and then last week $313.01 from premiums from selling those cash secured puts. And then if I show you guys here on the dividend payout, these are the companies we do have here, guys, all the way to row 42. Let me go ahead and actually go here to portfolio tools, get latest dividends. This will get wiped out and it'll try to go find out and see if any new companies announce dividends in my portfolio, which it looks like one of them did, and that was Union Pacific, which again, they didn't raise their dividend this quarter, which is something I need to look into. So if we look here guys at the settings, we'll go ahead and delete this content here. Let's jump over to Empower so we can grab the latest version of my portfolio that contains all the purchases from this week. So I'll see you guys over there. All right guys, so we're at the Empower under my Schwab account. You'll see this green button is called Copy Holdings. Click on it. This copies the content of my portfolio into the clipboard, which then you can right click, paste special values only. I have tutorials for all this stuff guys. It's completely available for free. All I ask in return again is that you're subscribed with that notification and you drop a big thumbs up on my videos, because it definitely helps out a lot. But anyways, this is the old snapshot of my portfolio from last week. So once we go over here to portfolio tools, update portfolio holdings, once you click on it, this will get wiped and it'll parse out the new stuff we just pasted. So let's go ahead and click on it, give it a second or two. There it goes. So let's go ahead and jump back over here to the dashboard, see everything being calculated. And well, it looks like something did change here, and something did go down way low. So I'm gonna have to look into it because you'll see here that we actually did go down in value. So I'm gonna have to check it out. But on the projected dividend yield, 2.71%, on the yield on cost, 3%, and on the yearly, $6,289.70, and then on the monthly, $524.14. So I'll have to check what the difference is, because that's a huge drop there. And then on the weekly, $120.96 compared. Such a huge drop. On the day, $17.23 compared to, yeah, it's almost like half there. On the hourly, 72 cents hourly now. And then on the work wage, this is if our portfolio was to go work a 40-hour work week, they would get paid an hourly rate of $3.02 compared to last week of $5.73. I guess they were slacking there because they got a huge drop there. I'm gonna have to check on this, so let me see if I can quickly find out what happened. So I found out what happened here. So SNSXX, I guess the dividend yield here turned out to be projected to about 2.49% is where the huge drop happened. And if I pull up Seeking Alpha, so here's Seeking Alpha on SNSXX, which is where I actually pull my data from. You'll see that now that it finally declared the dividend here, it's projected to pay about 0.0021 cents per, I guess, dollar here. So that's a percentage of about, what, a little bit over 2% if you multiply it times 12. So that's probably where this huge drop happened. So once it does get corrected, we'll see. I guess on the first, it seems like the first couple months they do pay out a lot less for the monthly payment there. But that is where it happened, and that's why we saw a huge drop. So we'll probably see it increase potentially. We'll see what happens. If you guys have more information on this, let me know in the comment section. Definitely would love to know. And again, don't forget to subscribe with that notification. Help me reach that 20,000 subscriber mark. Definitely would appreciate it. And if you guys stuck all the way to the end, go ahead and drop a hashtag dividends, because guys, there's a lot of declared dividends or dividend hikes this week, a lot of them that I couldn't even include because it would have made the video even longer. So I will talk to you guys later. Take care, stay safe out there. Bye guys.